Hello, mathematicians. Today we are going to talk about slope. Now, we've talked a little bit about slope in terms of rate of change. And we know slope goes with a graph. So to find slope, given a graph, we have the change in y, so how much we go up or down, over the change in x, so how far we go right or left. So change in y, or up or down, how many we go up or down, then change in x, how many we go right or left. Okay. So for this one here, we go up 2, so on top I would have 2, and we go to the right 1. So if I were to draw a line through these points, the slope would be 2 over 1, or just 2. So the change in y over the change of x. We also call this rise over run. Rise means how far it goes up or down. Run means, again, left or right. Okay. So how far it goes up or down over how far it goes left or right. Let's try an example. Here we are given a table. We need to graph the data and then find the slope of the line. We're also going to explain what the slope represents. So, when I am graphing this, I have weeks and the height. What should go down here? The weeks. Those are pretty constant. The plant height is what changes depending on the week. So, I'm going to put my weeks down here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Which means over here I will have the height. I have to get up to 6, so what can I count by? 1s would work. You could also count by 2s if you wanted. You have to go up in a pattern. You can't just go up by whatever you want. You have to go up in a pattern. So I could not just put 1.53, 4.56. There's no pattern here. You should go up very evenly, either by 1s or by 2s, or whatever, depending on what your values are. Let's plot some points. This is 1 week, 1.5 centimeters. Plot a point. 2 weeks, and I'm going to go up to 3 centimeters. What's our next point we'll plot? 3 weeks is going to go up to, let's see, 4.5, about right here. And lastly, 4 weeks is going to go up to 6. So here's my data. Find the slope of the line. So if I put a line through this, you notice that it should be a pretty straight line. The data should make a nice straight line. And we are going to find the slope. Now, we just talked slope. What goes on top? The rise, or up or down. So how much do I go up each time? How do I get to my next point? Okay, how much am I going up? Well, I'm going from 1.5 up to 3. If I go from 1.5 up to 3, how far up am I going? Well, if you're not sure, subtract those. 3 minus 1.5 is 1.5. Put it down here. Rise over what goes on bottom? Run. This is left or right. So I'm going from 1 to 2. That one's pretty easy. How is that changing? By 1. So how much am I going up? 1.5. I'm going over 1. So 1.5 over 1. Anything over 1 is just 1.5. So the slope is 1.5. And what does this mean? Height is what I go up by, so this would be centimeters per week. 1.5 centimeters per week. So just what we've been doing, exactly the same thing. Except now we just put this whole rise over run. Try another one. Jessica has a balance of $35 on her cell phone account. She adds $10 each week for the next 4 weeks. Graph this information. Okay. All right. So we have what type of units? Dollars and weeks. We have $35 to begin with, so that's $35 week 0. That's our starting point. After 1 week, how much will she have? Add $10. Add $10 each week. So after 1 week, we add $10. That is $45. After 2 weeks, we will have $55. Okay. So let's graph this information. Weeks and dollars, which one should go down here? Weeks. Okay, so there would be 0, 1, 2. Okay. If I want to put something here, what should go here? The dollar amount. What should I count by? Right, let's count by tens. That sounds good. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Let's plot some information. At 0 weeks, how much money? $35. After 1 week, $45. After 2 weeks, $55. Graph this information. Let's find the slope. Slope, what is our saying? Rise over run. So how much do I rise to get to the next point? I went from 35 up to 45. If you need to, subtract those. We went up by 10. Is that the same here? I went from 45 up to 55. Yes, up by 10. Run. How far to the right am I going each time? 1. So 10 over 1 means $10 per week. The rise, or going up, is the dollar amount. The run, or going right or left, is the weeks. So $10 per week. The slope is 10 over 1, which just means this graph is going up $10 per week. So graph the information, rise over run. Again, that's just a rate of change. How much are they going up each time over how much are they going right or left each time? Nice job today, mathematicians.